afternoon, everybody. Been doing a lot of things around here. It's kind of cold outside, raining, so kind of come to the inside to do some things. And one of the things that has really just kind of overcome me a little bit was our eggs from our chickens. They wasn't laying at all, and then just all of a sudden they just started laying, and they've not stopped. So it's a good thing, it's a blessing. But what I have done is I've had to do some research and find out what to do with these eggs, because you can only give so many away. You only know so many people that will take them. And so I gave all I could away. So this past month in December, I gave away over 70 eggs. And then I water glassed over 100 eggs, right at 100. And I've already gave some of these away. So it's simple to do. We'll just see how it works out. But from my understanding, back in the old days, they used to take their eggs and take them to the cellar and cover them up with salt. And I guess it kept them. Don't know, but that's what I've heard. So, and then now what they have been doing is water glassing eggs. So let's show you some of the stuff I've already got laid out here, what you're going to need, and then we're going to do a couple of them and see what you think. Pour my coffee up there a little bit. Hey everybody, come on in and have a seat with me. We're going to water glass some eggs here. Nothing like some good old coffee, huh? Alright. Okay, so this is what I usually do first, is I make sure I have my eggs chosen. You don't wash them. If you wash them, you wash the bloom off of them. So we're not going to wash them. So we're just going to go through here and pick them up. Make sure they're good and clean. Is that one good and clean? Yep, that one's good and clean. And you can get about 6 to 7 in a jar. I like to leave a little bit of room. You're supposed to have an inch or two of water over them. Looks pretty good. So that's what we're good. Now what do I do whenever I come across one that isn't clean? I simply take my 180 grid here, like this one here. It's not good and clean. There's a little spot right there. You can't hardly tell it, but I know it's there. So what I'm going to do is just barely tuck it like that, and that's it. And it's ready to go. Again, you don't want to wash them. You wash them, you'll take that bloom off of them. So there we go. We got several of them there. Let's see here. What we got here? I like to feel them too. Make sure we ain't got anything going on them. Now there is some dirty ones in here. Down in there you probably can't see. And I'll take them and just clean them and give them away. That's what I'll do with those. You know, you never know who might need an egg sandwich. So, okay, so we've got plenty here to start with anyway. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my jar here. Okay, take my lid here off. My silver thing. Alrighty, there we got that. Let me get a paper towel here. Okay, make sure you clean your rims real good. So we're going to clean that real good. Okay, there we go. There like that. Okay, now you can do this either way. Okay, you can take your spoon and drop your egg down in there, then pour your water over top of it. Some of them says to do it that way, and then others says you can pour your water in and then take and drop your egg in there. either way works, okay? I don't see how it would hurt it one way or the other. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour my water in, and then I'm going to drop my egg in, okay? But before I drop my egg in, I will put my liming in there, my pickling. So what we're going to do here is just go ahead and take this right here off. There it is. Okay. And then you're going to only pour it about halfway. You can always add to it if you need to. Okay. So I just got it about halfway there. Okay. Get your pickle in here. And you're going to put 2 spoons in there. Okay. Kind of hard to get out sometimes. Should probably pour it out and do it, but hey, it's alright. It'll come out. Okay, there's 1. And there's 2. Okay. Then you're going to take and you're going to stir it until it dissolves. See how it looks a little milky? Well, it'll dissolve completely here in a minute. Let it dissolve. Looks pretty good. I don't see nothing on there. Alright. There we go. We got it dissolved. Okay, then what you're going to do, you just can't drop your eggs down in there because they will crack. Okay, so you got to be real easy with it. If you do drop one down in there and it cracks, get it out because it won't be any good. And it might taint the other eggs, I'm not sure. So you drop them down in there real easy like that. Okay. Just drop them down in there real easy. Try to anyway. They say to kind of have the tops of them pointing up. Well, I've tried doing that and I can't get them to point up. So we'll just get this away here. Why I'm doing this, a big old shout out to my family and friends. Joni, my sister-in-law, and my other sister-in-laws, Dee, and my brother Dwayne, and my brother Tim. Yeah, I know, I never thought I'd be doing this either, but here I am. My Aunt Verlaine. Okay, so we got, could probably put another one in there. Okay. Okay, so I got them in there now, but see it's still low with water, so I'm just going to simply add water to it. I kind of bring that water up almost to the rim, okay? So you want at least a good inch, maybe 2 inches of water in there, okay? And then what you're going to do, let me get my marker here out. I forgot it. Alright. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to take your lid, put it on there. They used to do this, from my understanding, because, you know, if you have some chickens and you can't use all the eggs up, you don't want to just throw them away. And when your chickens quit laying, and they will quit laying for a while, a lot of times they quit laying in the wintertime. But when they do quit laying, you want to make sure that lid's on there real good. Then these right here eggs you can fall back on. So, and you can just take them out as you want and put the lid back on there. So, I'm going to date it. All right. This is January the 1st, 2024. And then I always want to put God bless on there, just in case if I ever give the eggs out to anybody. How about that, Mr. John in Pennsylvania? Nancy in California, you know, some of my friends there, Ruth Ann in Georgia. So that's what you do. that's what you do. So this one's ready to go. We'll set that over there. So let's go ahead and do one more. What you're going to need is always keep a spare egg thing around, a carton there. And I'll go into detail on that later. That's the ones that's like really dirty. And I'll just wash them, put them in the carton, and then I put them in my fridge. Okay. And then here is my overflow of eggs. Okay. I've already gave away some. So this is within the last 3 days, I think. So I've got to get some done up. And these right here are the eggs that I did in December. I just started it in December. And I've already given away 2 or 3 of these. Of course, what you want, you make sure you got a marker. And one of the things that I do is I label them. You know, put your month and everything on there. And they say they stay good up to 12 to 18 months. So that's pretty good. And then the other thing that you need is distillery water. Hey, it's okay if you don't have distillery water. I didn't either. And I was in a hurry to kind of excited to get them done. So what you can do is simply boil you some water. But when you boil it, boil 5-10 minutes. And then you got to let it completely cool down to room temp. And that's just to get the chlorine and everything out of it. So, and then down here, I've got just a simple spoon. Okay. I've got my pickling over here. If you can see, just regular pickling is what I got. You can use that. They say lime pickling, but I just got regular pickling there. And then, and I've got 180 little piece of sandpaper. So you ask why I got sandpaper. Well, your eggs is covered with a bloom over top of it. They call it a bloom. And this bloom protects the eggs. So if you let them sit out, they're going to stay good in your house or something like that. So they'll stay good. If they get cold, like in the winter time, and you don't go out and get them in time, and they're already cold, like really cold, almost froze, then you do have to put those in the refrigerator, because when you don't, they warm up, they get this little water coating on them, and it washes the bloom away. So you got to make sure that that you you know, keep an eye on your eggs for sure, and make sure that you you know, don't let them get wet and stuff like that. If you're going to leave them out, if you're going to put them in the fridge, clean them, put them in the fridge. That's what I do. Sometimes I don't even do that, but that's what I try and do most of the time. So that way they just last longer if I leave them out. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get started here. And we'll just have some talk around the table here. How about that? See you in a minute. So you want at least a good inch, maybe 2 inches of water in there. Okay, and then what you're going to do, let me get my marker here out. I forgot it. Alright. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to take your lid, put it on there. They used to do this, from my understanding, because, you know, if you have some chickens and you can't use all the eggs up, you don't want to just throw them away. And when your chickens quit laying, and they will quit laying for a while, a lot of times they quit laying in the winter time. But when they do quit laying, you want to make sure that lid's on there real good. Then these right here eggs you can fall back on. So, and you can just take them out as you want and put the lid back on there. So, I'm going to date it. All right. This is January the 1st, 2024. And then I always want to put God bless on there, just in case if I ever give the eggs out to anybody. How about that, Mr. John in Pennsylvania, Nancy in California, You know, some of my friends there, Ruth Ann in Georgia. So that's what you do. That's what you do. So this one's ready to go. We'll set that over there. So let's go ahead and do one more. Just want to take these out like that. Okay. Gonna fill it. Like halfway full, a little more, a little less. Just depends on how many eggs you want to put in there. And it'll hold up to 7 to 8 eggs easy. Like right here, I've got about 80 eggs sitting there. Well, I do have 80 counting that one right there. Now, to put these, you're supposed to put these in a place where it's kind of dark. So if you don't have a cellar, which I don't have one yet, but if you don't have a cellar, there's my 1 spoon, then put it in a cabinet where, you know, you got doors on it to where it's dark. And there's another spoon. Give a little, take a little, it'll be all right. Okay. Again, it's milky. Just stir it up until it goes clear. Pretty clear. All right. Then we're just going to drop the eggs in there. Again, make sure your eggs is clean, but don't, you know, just clean from the chicken there. Don't go and wash them because that takes the outer bloom off of them. That looks pretty clean. And if you do have stuff, a little speck on them or so, you can just simply I take 180, just something little there. I don't know if you can see, here's a little egg. I don't know if you can see this little speck on there or not. I don't know where I'm at here on the camera, but so I just take and just a little spot there, just sand it off. There it is. Spot on the egg, actual egg. And they say whenever you open them up to cook them, they look just as good as the first day they're laid. They say it might be a little runny. I always thought eggs were runny, so I don't know about that part. But we're gonna, this is my first one, so on the next video we will be showing how the eggs look after they're kept for a while. It's pretty good. I got another one in there. And if you guys got a different method, you know, message me, let me know. I'm just getting into this stuff. Got it pretty filled, but I'm just going to add a little bit more to it. There we go. Alright. Then we're just going to take and add our lid to it. As tight as we can. And again, if you want to use them, just take them out and put your lid back on it. Okay. Make sure you date them. 24, and don't forget to always put God bless. Alright, everybody. watching, and give us some comments. And let me know how you do with it. God bless.